Hey, hey, happy Friday! I was so excited to see that Ready Freddy had a book about Freddy when he goes to second grade. I would always read these in first grade, but Freddy was a first grader, but now he's in second grade. This is called Second Grade Rules by Abby Klein. She's the author of the book. She wrote the story, and it's about when he's in second grade. And it's illustrated by John McKinley. Second grade rules. Looks like it has 8 chapters, and then there's some Freddy fun pages. She always starts her books out by saying, I have a problem, a really, really big problem. I am now in second grade in a new class with a new teacher, and my best friend, Robbie, isn't in my class. Oh no. Let me tell you about it. Something else about Freddy that you might not know is he loves sharks. He's a big shark fan. So we are going to read chapter 1 called Missing Robbie. Has that ever happened to you? You go to a new class and your friends aren't in that new class? Yeah, that's what's happening to Freddy. I lay in bed on Monday morning. I could hear my mom yelling from downstairs, Freddy, Freddy, let's go. Get a move on. Ugh, I groaned. I didn't want to go to school. Freddy, Freddy, she called again. You are going to be late. I dragged myself out of bed. Coming, Mom, I yelled. Be there in a minute. I threw on some clothes and walked slowly down to breakfast. Well, look who's here, said my dad. Ha, 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 my sister Susie laughed. What's so funny? I snapped. You, said Susie, pointing. Your hair is a mess. It's sticking out all over. You look like a werewolf. I tipped my head back and howled, Ow! Yeah, Freddy and his sister sometimes don't get along so well and they tease each other a lot. Another fun fact about these Freddy books is on every illustration there's a hidden word fin, like a shark fin because he's such a shark fan. See a shirt, it's got a shark mouth on it. So I'm gonna zoom in here a little bit, and sometimes it takes me a while to spot it, but I see it right here on the table, F-I-N, fin. And your mouth smells like one too. His mouth smells like a werewolf, apparently, said Susie, waving her hand back and forth in front of her nose. P.U. Freddy, said my mom, stop howling and come eat. I plopped myself in my chair and stared at my plate. What's wrong? Asked my mom. Why aren't you eating? I made your favorite, chocolate chip pancakes. I don't want to go to school, I said. Why not? I thought you liked your new teacher, Miss Clark. Oh, I like her a lot, I said. She's really nice. So then what's the problem? Asked my dad. Robbie's not in my class. You have other friends in your class, said my mom. I know, I said, but not my best friend. So what? Said Susie. So what? I cried. It's not fair. That's what. You have your best friend in your class, so be quiet. Freddy, said my dad, don't talk to your sister that way. Well, I said, it's not fair. Susie gets to sit next to Kimberly every day. But you get to sit next to Robbie on the bus and at lunch, right? Said my mom. Yeah, but it's not the same. I know it's hard not having Robbie there, said my mom. He was in my class in kindergarten and in first grade. I said, I thought for sure he would be in my class in second grade. Sometimes the school likes to mix kids up, said my dad. Fine, I said. Why couldn't they put Max or Chloe in a different class? That would be great. don't you try making some new friends, suggested my dad. I sighed. I guess I could. What about that new kid, asked Susie. What new kid? Said my dad. There's a new kid in Freddie's class, said Susie. Really, said my mom. What's his name? Josh, I told her. Where's he from, asked my dad. I'm not sure. I wonder why he moved here, Susie said. I think his dad got a new job, I told her. I bet he's missing his best friend, too, said my mom. Maybe, I shrugged. He probably has a best friend at his old school that he misses a lot, said my dad. At least you know kids in your class, Susie pointed out. He doesn't really know anybody. I hadn't thought about that. I hadn't thought about it like that. I think it would be really nice if you tried to make him feel welcome, said my mom. Maybe you could ask him to eat lunch with you and Robbie, said Susie. That's a great idea, said my mom. I know, said Susie, smiling. Now, Freddie, said my mom, you'd better start eating or you're going to miss the bus. I reached for the syrup and accidentally knocked over Susie's glass of milk. She jumped up out of her chair. Look what you've done, shouted Susie. I spent a long time picking out this outfit and now I have to go change my clothes. I just stared at her. Freddie, said my dad, don't you have something to say to your sister? Sorry, I mumbled. You're so annoying, Susie growled as she stomped out of the kitchen to go change her clothes. Oh boy. Freddie, said my mom, stop staring at this river of milk. Go get the sponge and clean up this mess. And next time, said my dad, please ask someone to pass you the syrup instead of reaching for it. I cleaned up the milk and went back to eating. All right, let's take a peek and see if we can find Finn anywhere. Do you see it? Is that it there? I don't know. Doesn't really look like F-I-N to me. Maybe. I guess that's it. I don't see it anywhere else unless you guys do. All right, I'm gonna keep reading. Now you really don't have a lot of time, said my mom. The bus is going to be here any minute and you still need to comb your hair. I started gobbling down huge forkfuls of pancake. Susie came back into the kitchen. That outfit is just as cute as the first one, said my mom. Thanks, Mom, said Susie. Then she turned to me and said, not only do you look like a werewolf, but you eat like one too. I'm just trying to eat fast, I said with a mouthful of pancake. Ew, keep your mouth closed, said Susie. I don't want to see what you're eating. That's disgusting. Sorry, I said as a small piece of pancake fell out of my mouth. Gross, said Susie. Freddie, where are your manners, said my mom. You know not to talk with your mouth full. Josh isn't going to want to eat lunch with you if you spit food all over him, said Susie. Freddie, run upstairs and brush your teeth and comb your hair, said my mom. Yeah, said Susie, you don't want to scare kids on the bus. It isn't Halloween yet. That's our last page, and we'll read the next chapter later. Boy, I tell you, it's tricky to find that word Finn. All right, I'll keep looking. Tune in for the next chapter next time we meet.